Hi guys, my name is Bailey Justin 12 here, or Bailey Justin 14, or Justin Bailey. I don't even know what it actually says anymore for the name. But the important thing here is that I've decided that after, probably a decade of drawing, that I wanted to actually show you guys everything that I've learned. And, I've done a bunch of how-to videos in the past. Oh, there's the cat. I've done a bunch of how-to videos in the past, but none of them have been up to the quality that I am now. So I figure I might as well teach you guys what I know. Again, just because. And there's a cat butt in my face now, so that's something. But as you can see, I'm just showing you real quick that after 10 years of drawing, I do have some skills that make me qualified to teach this. Nothing too showy, just a quick scarf and all that different stuff. Anyways, so what I want to talk about is I want to teach these lessons in two parts. I want to give one tip that will really make a difference in any intermediate artists stuff, and then I also want to give an actual beginner tip to people that are just starting out that have no idea how to draw anything. So what we're going to cover is silhouettes, because that is probably the most important thing that I probably could teach you. And so what we have here is two different shapes. Cat, please go away. Go away, cat. What we have here is two different shapes, as you can see here. I can easily turn one of them into a teardrop, or I could turn it into a Christmas tree. I can do all these different things to it just by changing the shape up a little bit. Just Christmas tree. All these different things that are, just adding to the inside of it. Kind of like the shape challenge on Drawfee or a bunch of other artists teach. The silhouette is the most important thing that you will ever come across, because with it you can change a fire into a feather, and you could turn a leaf. I meant to say a feather into a leaf, but I screwed up. As you can see, you could turn a feather into a leaf with just a little bit of effort. And just some inside lines, even though they're almost exactly the same besides that. So that's the tip for the intermediates. Really learn how to do silhouettes, and we'll go into this more later on when the beginner course has gotten to that aspect. But just as an intermediate tip, learn your silhouettes, learn how negative shape and negative space works, and really emphasize it when you're doing your art. If you're basically just looking at a giant blob of people, then your piece is just not any good. If you're looking at a giant blob of black, then your piece is going to look like absolute doo-doo, because you don't have any different space, just like this right here. There's space here, there's space here, there's space here between the head, there's space here. You want all this negative space. There's also space right here. Don't mind that. That's my daughter crying because she got her shots today. Poor little girl. So that's it for the intermediate tip. Now, for the beginners, what I want to teach you today is how to... I want to teach you the basic shapes that you're going to need to know. So you need boxes. You've heard this 100 different times, but I'm going to say it again because of how important it is. You need boxes. You need diamonds and or triangles, depending on how you'd like to look at them. You need hearts for the method that I'm going to teach. It's going to make your life a lot easier if you can draw a heart. And then you need cylinders. I spelled that wrong. Cylinders. And then if you just use a little bit of white line, as we were showing in the silhouette portion, you can change you know, these giant amorphous blobs into the actual shape that they are. You can show different concaves and all this different stuff. You could show that, you know, different shading, all these other different things. As you can see here, you can actually see this heart actually is overlapping. You can see this right here, which shows that it's 3D. All of these different things that come into play to really explain how it all looks and works and everything of that nature. So then we're going to actually talk about, we're going to look at these silhouettes right here. Oops. Ding. We're going to look at these silhouettes right here, and this is going to show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, we've got an obviously feminine, I'm not going to say female because it's not automatically female, but we've got a feminine and then we've got a masculine right there. And we can tell this because of the fact that the hips are wider or as wide as the shoulders. There's a concave right here. The thighs are wide. There's more to the hips. And then when we look at the male, he's got a much wider stance. His thighs are not nearly as curvy and more oblong. He's got much less of a concave compared. Just basic things of that nature. But the reason I'm showing you this isn't to teach you how to draw a body, because we're not there yet. What we need to learn how to do first is we need to learn how to make diamonds, hearts, and cylinders. So as you can see, these are each cylinders. This is the heart that I was telling you would make it really easy. There's circles, which I didn't think you needed to learn how to draw because there are circles. If you can't draw a circle, then you might need to go back to preschool. I'm pretty sure my daughter can draw circles at this point. So yeah, if you can't draw a circle, then we've got issues. But anyways, if you use the heart method that I was trying to talk about, then you can draw the entire back except for the trapezius muscles right here. This is the only part that you can't draw, is the trapezius muscles. This will let you draw the entire back of a character, which means that you can also draw the entire front of a character just by learning cylinders, heart, diamond, circle. And when you do the male, it's the same exact makeup. I didn't change it just to make it easier on you guys. I didn't change anything about it. It's still a heart, a diamond, and a bunch of cylinders and a circle. And then we will show the front, which I decided to make almost entirely out of heart, only of the shapes that I was telling you to use. So there's no lines or anything of that nature in this female. It's literally a circle, a cylinder, a bunch of ovals. This right here is a square / a cube. There's a heart right here, as I was saying. And then, if you actually notice, I used half hearts to actually draw the legs, which you can do because of the way that the legs are actually shaped. Anyways, let me erase that. So just by using the heart method that I'm trying to teach, you can do the entire back besides this part. You can do the whole lower body with just a triangle and some half hearts. So if you learn to draw hearts really well in different shapes and different forms, different angles and things of that nature, then you're pretty much going to be set with the way that I plan on teaching you guys how to do this. So that's really it. For the first lesson, I just wanted to talk about the silhouetting, as I said, and then I just wanted to talk about shape language, like I was saying. I wanted to talk about the curves, and really what I want you guys to do is, before the next video's up, or if the next video is already up and you're watching this 10 years later, draw a bunch of hearts like you're a teenage schoolgirl putting her heart next to her boyfriend's name in her notebook. Do a bunch of hearts and really, really get the shape down. And then split them in half and see how many different things you can make just out of the shape of a heart. You can make the upper arm. You can make the lower arm. There's so many different shapes that you can make, or so many different things that you can make just out of this heart shape that we're learning right now. So there's no excuse. Grab your notebook, grab your pen, grab your tablet, whatever. Grab whatever you need to grab, and just go make a bunch of hearts, make a bunch of circles, make a bunch of cylinders. And like I said, really, three-dimensional hearts. Don't just make a basic heart. You want to really change the dimension. You want to do maybe a heart like this, where it's clear that this is the side that's closest and this is the side that's far away. You want to do upside down hearts. You want to do all kinds of different hearts. You want to do all kinds of different circles and cylinders. And next week, you're going to learn how to actually make a body using that. So until next week, have a wonderful day.